Hi everybody, I am SS the Showstopper and I'm coming to you from the Devil Advocate channel. Today is the 20th of October in the year of our Lord 2022. Now, I did a video yesterday on SHANEIL MUIR and I was cautioning females who are deciding to pursue music and how they should go about doing so. Now, after listening to dancehall artist Vegas interview with her former manager, who is Richie Flores, there are certain inconsistencies that stood out in his interview, and I don't think that he was being of utmost good faith, which means that he was telling the total truth. I didn't say that he's lying. I'm not saying that he's lying, but there is truth in it that he is withholding. He's not being completely honest about the booking arrangements with SHANEIL. And as a matter of fact, he said himself, number one, he said himself that he doesn't do bookings. It's an agency in Jamaica that does her bookings. Yet he says that he collects and give her amount. What are you collecting? You're not a booking agent. What are you collecting? If the agency does the booking, why are you collecting her money? If the agency does the booking, why are you collecting her money? And you're saying it's 30%. You take 20%, the agency take their 10%. You understand? So that stood out like a sore thumb. You should not be collecting her money if you are a manager and you have a booking agency that deals with all of those stuff. That would be their job. Also, you said that she asked for a break. You acknowledged the fact that yes, she asked for a break because she was working too hard, she's exhausted, or maybe too many bookings coming in, or whatever you. But I think that someone cautioned SHANEIL MUIR to take a break. I think that someone cautioned her because she saw the inconsistencies. No, you said that you gave her a break on the 4th of September. She got a break. I made jottings so I can keep abreast. You said that you gave her a break on the 4th of September. And then her next schedule performance was the 15th of October and the 16th, but she wasn't able to perform, or the shows, I guess, were postponed due to the hurricane, right? No, you're saying that her bookings went up until February of 2023. She knew about it and she was doing promo. I fail to believe that SHANEIL MUIR was doing a promotion up until 2023. When she asked you that she wanted the money in full. You also state that she wanted all the money in full. She wanted the money in full so she can also do her tax. She can know the gross income so she can do her taxes and all these things. And then she will decide. She will pay you, I'm sorry, your 20%. And so you said no. You said no, you're giving her amount. So how does she know the amount that she was being paid or she was being paid to perform? How would she know? How would she pay her taxes? You understand me? So there are a lot of things that are inconsistent in the things that you say. If you decide that you're not going to hand over her money, why were you continuing bookings for her? When were you terminated? For you to be continuing having bookings up until February of 2023, because you don't tell us when she terminated your service. You didn't tell us when she terminated because you shouldn't have been handling any bookings up until 2023. That's why she wants her money in full, because you should not be collecting money because you were no longer her booking agents. You see, the thing is that you can fool some people for a very long time, but you cannot fool everybody forever. You can't fool everybody forever. SHANEIL had she had most likely people that were giving her information and telling her that these are the inconsistencies within the contract. And so she decided that she needs a break. They said, how will you go about it? Take a break first. And then you decide that, okay, your services are no longer needed. And so you say that you pay your money. You still took your 30%. You should not be taking 30% because you're not the booking agent. You should be paid your 20% and the booking agents be paid their 10%. So how is it that she scheduled for 15th, you paid her the complete amount, all of her money. You decided that you paid her on the 11th of October. all of her money, you decided that you are going to pay her on the 11th of October, right? And she's scheduled for booking on the 15th and the 16th, but due to a hurricane, she couldn't perform, right? And then you're scheduling her to perform when she asked you for the money. She's been scheduled up, she had bookings up until 2023, so you decided to take that amount. No, 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 we're not gonna believe that. We're not gonna believe that SHANEIL MUIR wanted her money from you in total, being that she terminated you and you didn't give us that information, but at the same time you're continuing to do bookings up until February of 2023. Then the promoters contacted you and send you a letter, I guess, stating that you should turn over all the money to SHANEIL MUIR and stuff like that. And you're saying that you paid her. The 20% is not yours. It's no longer yours. You just didn't tell us that all along you were terminated. You didn't tell us that you were terminated all along. Another statement that you made that stood out like a sore thumb was that you don't live in the US, so you're not on a payroll and stuff like that. When she decided that she was going to she wanted all the money in full, and then she gives you your 20% out of it up until a point, I guess, to when you were terminated. You're saying that you're not on a payroll and it doesn't work. That wouldn't work for you. Excuse you. Excuse you. Excuse you. You're not the product here. You're not the commodity here. The artist is. I think there's a lot of ego that's within this, and I notice your tone of how you speak. That's where the trick is. So people are looking at the tone and saying that, okay, now we understand, because I've been reading the comments. Now we understand this. Now we see where it's going. Now we get a clear... No, we don't get a clear understanding. Those are the people that you fool. The ones who know better. And as a person that's in music myself, the ones who know better realize and understand that you are being... that you're not being of utmost good faith. You're not being consistent in your argument. You are not telling the truth. You are not telling the complete truth. SHANEIL MUIR terminated your service. Your services were terminated. But you decided that, okay, until a letter perhaps is handed to you, you're going to continue with bookings straight up until 2023 of February, because you will always be making your 20%. You will always be making your 20%. And you made certain to send her a cease and desist because you heard things. You made certain to send her a cease and desist before she did any interview, before she went live, before she did this, a cease and desist is it can be held in court, but it doesn't silence anybody. They're still at will to speak on their truth, whether you like it or not. They're still at will to speak on the truth. So you are not being honest, Mr. Richie Flores. You understand me? I'm not saying that you are a thief. I'm not accusing you of anything. I'm just saying that you are not being consistent in your argument as to how the deal or how the contract was stipulated between you and SHANEIL MUIR, because your initial argument is that you are not a booking agency and the booking agency is the one that collect the money and stuff like that. So why are you collecting the money? Why are you collecting the money? And you're saying that you pay the road manager out of your pocket, which is the artist's job to do it. Then you send the artist a bill. If everything, this is what I said. I said it yesterday before you do the interview, that this is what they do when they withhold your money and they decide to pay you. As a matter of fact, were you paying her consistently? Were you paying her on time? When they withheld your money and they decide that they are going to pay you, so if it's $10 that you're supposed to get, they're going to say, remember that I had to pay this person. Remember that. That's where the trick comes in, so you don't get your money in full. You're never paid in full. Remember that I have to pay this, I have to pay bandsman, I have to pay lighting, equipment company, I have to pay engineer, I have to pay this, I have to pay road manager. This is how we know. We know. This is how the game works. So you found loophole in which you could be inconsistent and you went on that ride. Gladly you did the interview. I'm glad you did the interview, because now people who can read between the lines get to see what this was all about and why SHANEIL is very much upset. Because she's basically working for you even though your services are terminated. This is much like Dr. Luke and Doja Cat situation, or Keisha and Dr. Luke. This is what he does to the artists. Your services are terminated, you believe that the artist should continue working for you and stuff like that, and you set it in a way wherein you continue with bookings, and they are constantly working for you. They have to uphold these contract because the money is paid out and the manager decide that he's not going to return the money. And so it stresses her the hell out. That's why I said there was more to the story. I'm glad you come forward, because now we see. And you're saying that you and SHANEIL MUIR's friend, she used to go to your studio, she used to go there studio and voice for free. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if she was voicing for free. Was she sent a bill? Was there a contract to say that, okay, when you get to your break, we're going to want 10% of your money because you were voicing at the studio, or we want 20% out of it, because out of this hit song, because you were voicing at the studio for free? That's irrelevant. That's gaslighting. You're going into semantics of what of something that has nothing to do with the argument that's at hand. You're not telling us when your services were terminated. Why are you collecting her money when you're not a booking agent? You're a manager. Why are you collecting her money? And you're taking out, you made certain to take out your pay first. You make certain to take out your pay first. She said to send the money in full so she can do her taxes. You understand? And you decide that, no, I'm going to send you what you are worth. I'm going to send you what you decide, because all of these people were to be paid. All of these things came in the game to be paid that you didn't even know about. The artist was never made aware, similar to a LaFace record on Tony Braxton back in the day, or TLC and a LaFace record back in the day, why they had to file for bankruptcy. And I keep telling you about these managers, about these producers, about these promoters, about a lot of these people who believe in their head that the artist is uneducated, the artist doesn't know their craft, they doesn't know the back end of the business, and so let me find a way where I can take advantage of it, because I'm going to explain up until, I'm going to only explain thus far to the artist. But then the rest, we will decide as we go along. We will decide as we go along. So when they get a show and it's for $10, and you're supposed to get $2 out of it, and the booking agent is supposed to get $10, you hurry and take the $30. How does she know how much she was getting for a show? Now that you decide that you're going to pay her, does she know? Was there a plan print out stating this is the amount that the promoters are paying you for the show? This is the amount for this show, for that show, for that show. It is this amount. That's why she said she wanted to see the account, the printout of the account that you actually have her money. You refuse to show her a printout because you don't want her to know. You don't want her to know and to see the amount that she was actually being paid. The amount that she was actually being paid, she's ignorant of. This is what artists go through. But this isn't the 1960s. This is 2022. I'm not concerned if you went to here or there with your wife. That is of zero concern to me. People saying that, or SHANEIL MUIR has made those allegations. That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the business end of the deal. When was your services terminated, sir? Why you continue doing bookings for her up until 2023? Were you waiting on a printout or a letter to confirm that your services are no longer needed and you were terminated from her contract? So you decided that you will continue bookings for her up until February, and you will take the 30% out of it, which you are not supposed to, because you're not the booking agent. Of what you initially said, that the booking agency is the one that paid her, not you. So you obviously was contacting the booking agent behind her back and was making bookings and collecting your 20%. Then say, oh, here's some show, here's some show. You and I aren't friends. You have problems with me, but here's some show. And, you know, there's 10,000 for you or 8,000. How much was she being paid? She wants to know how much she's being paid. So it looks to me like she's falling short on her money. There are some shortcomings. There are great discrepancies when it comes to her income that she can't account for, but she has to pay her tax. See why I tell you that you people are demonic and devilish, and you come with such a soothing voice, a calm, cool, collecting voice, because that's where the trick is. That's where the trick is. That's where the trick is, that cool, calm, collective voice. And Vegas is telling people to be quiet and to listen. Yeah, I understand, because in order for you to judge, criticize, assess the situation, you have to hear both parties. You have to hear what both parties has to say. But that's where the truth is. The truth is that you're not telling us when you were terminated. You weren't supposed to be doing any more bookings for her. You weren't supposed to be collecting any money on her behalf initially, much less after the 11th of October. You said you pay her all her money. She was supposed to do a show on the 15th. So you were continuing doing bookings, 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 bookings. That's where the trick came in. She picked up on it. She picked up on it. That there are inconsistencies with her salary as an artist. And you're giving her the runaround. Was she being paid on time also? That's another thing. Was she being paid on time? She asked you, okay, if you don't want to give her the money, send her a printout. Because I was wondering, what's the purpose of sending you a printout when someone can easily duplicate something? But I guess she wanted a printout to see in full what she was being paid, or how much was she being paid, and you refused to do that. So you're skipping around in circles talking about you and your wife work more money than you, and SHANEIL MUIR used to come to a studio, your cousin's studio, and she voiced for free. Irrelevant. Those are semantics. That argument is not going to save you. So I do believe SHANEIL MUIR, maybe she didn't explain in full. As I said in the previous video, I think when she is ready, she will come and she will explain everything in full. Sending her a cease and desist is not going to. Why you and your artist, why the artists are terminating contracts with you? You're managing Stylogy and you no longer manage Stylogy. What's happening? What's happening? You remember that manager that Backstreet Boys and NSYNC had? And he put them to the roof. But at the same time, there was a whole lot of discrepancies. And you know who ended up being involved? The feds. Until he got 20 years in prison. 20 years in prison. Time caught up with him. He got 20 years in prison. So we've seen it. Wherein managers over the years have been doing this to artists. And they're thinking that because the artist is not educated where the books are concerned, let me go and see if I can go around this person. Let me see if I can dig their eyes out. Let me see if there are loopholes to this thing where I can capitalize on and continue to make money off the artist. So what you're saying doesn't sit well with me, and I'm sure a lot of other persons who understand business will know that you took advantage of loopholes. Your argument is not true. It's simply not true. You're not being truthful. You're not being forthcoming. You're not being of utmost good faith with the things that you are saying, with the deal, with the contract between you and the artist. How can you not be a booking agent and you're saying that the agency collect money, but then you're collecting money and decided to take your 30% out of it? And then when she wants her money, you're going to say that road manager paid and stuff. You should have sent her a printout that these are the people, so nothing is added on the list while on tour or while doing shows, while getting bookings. Nothing else is being added to the list. That's why there are artists out there that are extremely successful, and they have their clients for 20 years, for 15 years, for 18 years. I think it's what, Danny Medina, Jennifer Lopez, for so long. Because when the books are right, he's eating. He's thinking of a longevity. There are people out there who are thinking of quick money, easy money, fast money, and they find a way they can maneuver, they can get loophole on the artist. Other persons are thinking about the goals for the artist as much as theirs. That's why Rihanna, as I said, became a billionaire. Because the people in Rihanna's circle has the same goal for her success as theirs. They have the same goal for her success as theirs. But there are other persons who are just thinking about her money. You remember what TERRO DON said about Silk Boss? He wasn't a friend. I'm money. Him not care about anything else. And someone said, oh, so we realize this person wasn't your friend. I didn't rate him any at all. I just money I deal with. You're just dealing with money. You're just dealing with money. There's no respect. There's no honor. There's nothing that was there to begin with. It was just all about money. So it's the same situation we're having with SHANEIL. And you're thinking that she's stupid and she doesn't understand, and you're coming with that mild tone to convince the mass that everything was clear and precise and practical. Everything was integrity based. No, it wasn't. It wasn't. Remember, my channel is about eye-opening. So for those out there sitting down thinking that, okay, yes, this guy did everything by the book. No, you did not. No, you did not. You did not do everything perfectly by the books. No, you did not. And we have seen it time and time and time again. So you're not inventing something. We have seen it time and time and time and time again. I'm so sorry. As I said, SHANEIL MUIR, she will bounce back from this. I think she should continue. She should push. She should pursue it. She should be more relatable to her artists and do songs, because your fan base, I might add, it's mainly women. So I think you should do music that caters to your fan base and to your target audience more. And then you see what's happening with Silk Boss, and he keeps bouncing back. His fans aren't leaving him. His fans aren't leaving him because he's doing songs catering to their audience. And his fan base is so wide. It's so wide. It's not even a particular demographic. His fan base is so wide. It's for females. It's for males. It's for people who are going through struggles. It's for people who have gotten beaten. It's for people who are facing bad luck. It's for people who are going through a whole lot of things. So his fan base is so wide. This guy can't lose. No matter what happens, Silk Boss can't lose. So I think that's a journey that you should be on, SHANEIL. I think that it will only get better for you. It's a stepping stone, it's a hurdle, and this will only get better for you. Take your supplements, restore your health, pray a little bit more. You can go to therapy if you need to, and it will be a beautiful, beautiful ending for you. Put God first, it will be a beautiful ending for you. It will be a beautiful ending. That's all I have to say. Thank you so much for your time. May God bless you. And I'll see you again on the Devil Advocate channel. Enjoy your day.